Today, so this week we have the Torah portion of Hukat from lovely Oxford, just outside the Bodleian Library. Torah portion of Hukat will start with the Maggid. The Maggid looks at the red heifer that we bring. He wants to understand the wording, how it can be relevant to us in this day and age. And he starts off with his usual, that the Torah isn't just bubamais, it's not just stories, but it's eternal, and therefore it has lessons to teach us for every day. And he looks at the word para aduma tmima. Para, the sort of heifer. Para also means it's like fruitful and multiply. You need to be fruitful and multiply when you're doing tshuva, when you're repenting, or tshuva actually, and do it all the time. Why do we say red heifer? Because red symbolizes gvura, heroism, right? War. You're going out to a battle, you need to be strong, knowing that this is going to be a difficult one, and you have to do it tmima, perfectly. It has to be like the red heifer that is perfect, and there are no blemishes, so too the way we do tshuva has to be as such. That's one take. And we look at Rabbi Abuhatzierah. It's very interesting. Most of the Torah portion, he's discussing masturbation. Again and again, for some reason, the Torah portion of Hukat, this is the one thing he's focusing on. And just to give you an example, when he looks at the Torah, at the part about the Canaanite king, that hears the Israelites that are coming, the sort of archetypical enemy, he says it's interesting that the Canaanite king hears they're coming and goes out to war. And he wants to understand how this can resemble, our struggles, because that's what he identifies. And he talks about males and the struggle of, masturbation, and this idea that the problem is that if you are thinking of, say, other women, like the Canaanite king was thinking of the Israelites, the enemy, you're thinking of supposedly the enemy, others, not your wife, of course, then at night you do foilish shtick with demonesses. These are the sort of fantasies which then bear children, we're not going to get into that, but the point is he looks at sort of an internal struggle. And like the Maggid, he's looking at how to relate to our day-to-day lives. And he says, what the good news is? The way to defeat this war, the way to win this war is Kriyat Shema. You read Shema before you go to bed. This is the sword. This is your weapon to beat these evil demons and what you've been doing if you are a human. And he finds a way to go against this. So two very different takes, thoughts on the Torah portion of Hukat. Shabbat Shalom.